I know you, Alicia, you live in Colorado. I am from South Dakota, right? Agriculture, ranching, farming, that's an important part of our economies. It's an important part of our economy nationwide, right? So it especially burns me when, as Joe Rogan said, these climate activists say, you know, if you want to save Mother Earth, eat impossible meat, or let's have lab-grown meat, or let's eat bugs, or let's just eat plants. That really rubs me the wrong way as somebody that grew up where I grew up. And I'm sure being from Colorado and the neighbors that you have, that's got to hit your community as well when they talk about getting rid of meat and an entire industry, by the way.
Well, yes, and just to be clear, though, I do live in Denver, which is close to Boulder, and they eat a lot of not meat there.
That's true.
As well, so that does exist in Colorado. But just the hypocrisy over some of this is just staggering, especially when you think back to the Keystone Pipeline, when the Keystone Pipeline was shut down, and that was to lessen our environmental footprint. So then what did we have to do when all of this started to happen? We had to go to other countries to look for gas and oil, right? Other countries that have a much larger footprint, because it's okay if it's coming from over there, but if it's coming from here, then it's totally different. Same air, same atmosphere, same everything, same climate. So, yeah, he's just exposing something I think that's kind of obvious there.
So I want to piggyback on what he said there, because he went on to talk about how not only just in the climate alarmism debate, but really everything, China is dunking on us because our own activists, our own liberal activists here in the USA are doing the work for China, pretty much putting down American industry at every turn, and it's working.
Well, let me back up a moment. Since when do we have to wait for Joe Rogan to tell us everything? The obvious things that everybody knew. Yes, China and India are the major emitters of pollution in the world. Unless you get that under control, this notion that somehow the world can come together and harness our power to save the environment, it's a pipe dream. And so we're flagellating ourselves and doing ridiculous things that have no environmental impact, which is scientifically provable, while China and India are grinding us into the ground financially and economically and polluting and destroying the environment. You've got to somehow get that under control or unleash American energy production, which we had done because our oil and gas is cleaner, which we never talk about. The oil coming out of these third world countries and the Saudi, it's tarry and horrible. The refining process takes forever. But the emissions are so much lower in the United States. Let's do it right here and stop empowering these foreign countries that are brutalizing their own people and destroying us.
And you brought up a good point about not only fossil fuels, but also what it takes to make an electric vehicle, because we know getting these
I thought you were going to say Joe Rogan.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, Joe Rogan is the best. But Charlie, I want to ask you about that, because electric vehicles, to create an electric vehicle actually is it causes more emissions. And over a lifetime, they say it makes up for itself if you can afford one, right? But to get the cobalt and everything needed to make these batteries, it's an extensive process, and there are people in third world countries that are a lot of times relying on labor, forced labor, child labor to get these batteries made. So I think it feels like climate alarmists and activists, they just do this to pat themselves on the back. But are you going to hand in, I know you drive a truck, is that right? Are you going to hand in yours for this electric F-150 that takes 40 minutes to get 40%?
I mean, stop and think about that for a minute. 40 minutes to charge at 40%. So if you want to charge the thing all the way, it's going to take you, I'm not good at math, but it's going to be like an hour and 20 minutes. Is that the math right there? So an hour and 20 minutes just to charge. Are you kidding me? This is nuts. This is crazy. And of course, as you point out, in order to get to this utopia, think of the little, third world children whose fingers are going to bleed to death because they have to go and dig up all the cobalt. They don't care. It makes them feel better about themselves. And more importantly than anything, and this is why they talk about the climate change stuff all the time, is because they can't do normal things. They can't put out wildfires. They can't stop people from committing crimes. They can't get people off of drugs, but they're going to fix the weather. Okay.
You can always fix the weather because it's always changing,
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.